There is a place on this earth called Balzac. Actually, there are two places in this world called Balzac. One is in Canada and one is in France. I had to find out more about this because imagine telling someone, hi, I am from Balzac. But technically, we are all from Balzac.
What's up, YouTuberverse? It's me, RB, back again for another one. Today we are talking about Uncle Shay Shay and Skip Bayless breaking up. Nuance Machine episode 31. Let's kick it. Alright, before we get started, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, check out my shop, breezysprints.com, where you can find all original designs printed on high-quality tees, tank tops, sweatshirts, and hoodies. All designs are done by yours truly, and without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so it was announced that Shannon Sharpe will be leaving Undisputed. And if you don't know who Shannon Sharpe is, he is the former tight end for the Denver Broncos and Baltimore Ravens. He had an amazing Hall of Fame career where he won 3 Super Bowls, and he's one of the greatest tight ends of all time. In 2016, he joined Skip Bayless on Fox Sports for a debate show that mirrored First Take. Now, First Take was a show that Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith did on ESPN that essentially invented the modern sports debate show as we know it today. I watched that show all the time when I was younger. First Take really inspired me to actually do the same someday. So, here I am. First Take was very important to me, and especially when I was in my early to mid 20s, I watched it religiously. So Skip Bayless would leave First Take and ESPN to go to Fox Sports to do the show Undisputed with Shannon Sharpe in 2016. And it wasn't long before they took over First Take as the highest rated and most popular sports debate show on TV. So it's pretty fair to say that Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless have great chemistry. So why would Shannon leave? So let me preface this real quick by saying, look, I do respect Skip Bayless for what he started with Stephen A. Smith. Obviously First Take was a huge inspiration of my life. I love talking sports. But Skip inspires me because his takes are often so laughably bad.
Is LeBron James a first ballot Hall of Famer right now?
Without question. It's nothing to even think about. It's one of the greatest players to have ever played the game.
I can't respect the criteria for getting into the Basketball Hall of Fame the way I can the Baseball and the Football Hall of Fame. So if I'm judging by those standards, the baseball and football standards, there is no way that LeBron James is already a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Pick your 5.
You ready?
Go ahead.
Okay, I told you, I only need really one player on my team, and that's Michael Jordan. So, voila, here's my team, and I'm going to have you read the names for me. Could you read my 4 teammates?
Oh my God. That's a joke on me.
No,
it's not.
That is a joke on me.
No,
That team could beat anybody because it's got Michael Jordan on it. 9 National Football League teams that needed a quarterback last night passed on Johnny Manziel, starting with the Houston Texans, who will forever regret passing on Johnny Manziel. And in a minute, I will go right down the list of teams that will forever regret passing on Johnny Manziel, who pretty soon will change football life in Cleveland, Ohio. One day, I am predicting, Johnny Manziel will become even bigger in the city of Cleveland than his buddy and business partner LeBron James ever was in the city of Cleveland.
What?
Just horribly bad. That honestly, I think that I can do better. But anyway, I know I said I respect Skip, and I do, but I deeply, deeply, deeply dislike his takes most of the time. And look, I don't dislike him as much as Charles Barkley.
If I get a disease and I'm gonna die, how about get Skip Bayless in here and I kill him live on national television? I'm gonna tell you something. If I could get Skip Bayless in a room, they need DNA to define who it was when I got through with it.
We challenge.
This thing ain't even hot.
Yeah, it ain't even hot. I challenge Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe.
No, I like Shannon. Only thing I want to do is put my foot up Skip's ass.
Okay. Damn.
Let's see if Skip's up for that challenge.
But yeah, I can imagine that Skip can be very difficult to work with. First of all, Skip will say anything to get ratings. He is a shock jock for sports, and his shtick is controversy and conflict.
Whoa, Skip. Skip, it's my turn. My bleep. Thank you.
He's rarely objective about anything. He's a diehard Cowboys fan, and yeah, look, I am an Eagles fan. I get it. You're a fan of a certain team. You know, I'm going to talk about the Eagles a lot, and you know, that's fine. But I'm also realistic about my team. I have a lot of Cowboys fans in my family. I have a lot of friends that are Cowboys fans. They are at the very least realistic about their team. Most of them. You know, they will, even last year, like when they were surprisingly good, they won all those games when Dak Prescott was out, and then when Dak came back, they were still winning. Most of my friends that were Cowboy friends just didn't believe that they were going to go anywhere, and of course they were right. But that's not the point. The point is he's on ESPN and he's supposed to be like an objective debater. You know, he's supposed to go in and debate with facts and logic, but instead he goes into debates waving pom-poms. And he does it not just for the Cowboys, but for Tom Brady, Johnny Manziel. Like, all objectivity goes out the window when those subjects come up. Michael Jordan, same thing. And then you have his legendary hate for LeBron James. That is just doesn't really make any sense. Goes way too far. It's way over the top.
He got tattooed across his own back, chosen one in high school. I thought it showed even less class to duck the media after the game. No class there and no class on the court. Didn't surprise me. So all I ever hear is what LeBron does, but nobody wants to bring up what he didn't do, where he miserably failed. May I count the ways? You've watched
his
closely.
third year in the league, he failed.
So then LeBron left Dan Gilbert, and he took his talents to South Beach, and he joined forces with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and Pat Riley.
Right.
And what happened right away? What happened in the first finals?
They lost.
LeBron melted down the way we've never seen a superstar melt down in the history of sports. The guy that people are saying is the best player on the planet revealed himself to be the mentally weakest superstar we've ever seen.
All of that brings us to the moments that many people saw as the reason Shannon Sharpe is leaving. First, we have the Damar Hamlin situation. So if you don't remember, Damar Hamlin played for the Buffalo Bills, suffered a life-threatening hit late in the season last year. And during that game, Skip Bayless sent out a flurry of tweets. And the one everyone focused on was, no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game. But how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. Now, he did express concern for Damar Hamlin's well-being, but everyone cherry-picked that one tweet, and the fake outrage machine just went ham on Skip Bayless. And I didn't really think that was warranted, because, you know, it's Twitter. Like, you only have so many characters to express how you feel, so you got to send out a flurry of tweets to really get into a nuanced opinion about things. That one tweet was cherry-picked. People harped on it. Shannon Sharpe didn't make things any easier for Skip when he decided to not show up the next day and Skip Bayless was debating himself.
I'm not stable when it comes to Cowboy games. I don't think you're stable when it comes to Cowboy games because you're a psycho Cowboy hater. Wait, time out.
Yo, hold up, that's the wrong clip.
I apologize for what we're going to set out to do here today if it offends anyone, because we're going to try to do the show pretty much as we usually do the show. But I'll admit up front, I'm still shook up by what happened last night to Damar Hamlin. In fact, I'm still wrecked. In fact, I'm not sure I'm capable of doing this show today.
It was a very awkward moment for Skip Bayless. And then you have the moment where Dak Prescott admitted he suffered depression since losing his mother to cancer and losing his brother to suicide as a result of his mom dying from cancer. And Skip said that he didn't have any sympathy for him because he's the quarterback of the Cowboys.
You're commanding a lot of young men and some older men, and they're all looking to you to be their CEO, to be in charge of the football team. Because of all that, I don't have sympathy for him going public with, I got depressed. I suffered depression early in COVID to the point that I couldn't even go work out. Look, he's the quarterback of America's team. And you know and I know, this sport that you play, it is dog eat dog. It is no compassion, no quarter given on the football field. If you reveal publicly any little weakness, it can affect your team's ability to believe in you.
Skip Bayless, the idiot.
Understand that he plays quarterback, he's the face of a franchise, but at the end of the day, I'll take all that away, he's still human. And there's a human element of this. And sometimes people think because we play this sport, because we're good at a sport, we don't have feelings, we don't have emotions. He's human. He's human. And think about this. It got so bad, his brother was dealing with something that he took his life. I would rather Dak share. I mean, because we've seen, we've seen athletes take their lives, Skip, because they're dealing with things. And because they didn't feel or they felt, and maybe they felt the same way what you're feeling right now. Man, I can't share this. I can't share this. I can't deal with this. I don't want anyone to know what I'm going through.
About.
Like, this man is such a douche, such a chode. He's unhinged, especially when it comes about to the Cowboys, man, completely unhinged. And then you have the big moment where Skip Bayless did this.
Who do you think watches more tape, Tom Brady or all the coaches?
All the coaches.
Stop it.
All the coaches.
Stop
Skip,
it.
I'm not going to let you do it.
No,
I'm not going to let you
I'm
do it.
going to do
I
it
don't care.
because I just
I'm
did
not
it.
going to let you be disrespectful to these damn coaches because you love Tom Brady.
Nobody,
Tom Brady does not watch more tape than
quarterback
coaches. He
in the
does
history
not.
of this league
Ladies and
watch more
gentlemen,
tape.
that is a flat-out lie.
This is just straight hate by a guy who's jealous that he is still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
Skip, that's what you do.
That's the point.
That's what you do. I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than you.
Better.
Skip, what I got to see what you do? You take personal shots.
No, I don't take personal shots. You started it.
Time out. You would take a personal shot at me.
I didn't take a personal shot at you.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal...
Put your glasses back on.
And for Skip Bayless, a guy who's never played a single down of football, to belittle Shannon Sharpe's Hall of Fame career in order to praise his butt buddy, Tom Brady, who is considered by many to be the best quarterback of all time and maybe the best football player of all time. That was really, really low and completely disrespectful. And you could tell Shannon wanted to fly across that table and Skip up. Like, that's one of those moments where you gotta control the hood in you. Shannon and Tom Brady play completely different positions. Tight end careers are much, much shorter than quarterbacks. Comparing quarterbacks and tight ends is like comparing steak and salad. Like, they're completely different things. They're both delicious. And when you put them together, you get closer to a complete meal. And Skip isn't stupid. Like, he's not a stupid guy. He knows this isn't a fair comparison. He's literally only doing this to disrespect Shannon.
Watch him out.
Which, again, is a really low thing to do. And after this moment, the rumors really started to fly around that Shannon may leave. Skip came out with a public apology.
So, as you might know, my man Shannon Sharpe and I did get into it the other day on Undisputed, live, over, of course, Tom Brady. Brothers fight. Shannon and I compete hard on Undisputed. What's the theme song? No Mercy. I have the highest regard for Shannon Sharpe.
After that, there are some people that were convinced that, hey, they may still squash this and continue, but a lot of people were convinced that Shannon was going to leave. However, Shannon Sharpe continued to stay, they continued to work together, and they continued to have good chemistry. But now it's coming out that the straw that broke the camel's back is the fact that Skip Bayless has complete creative control over that show.
Skip Bayless, the idiot.
Decides what the topics are.
Skip Bayless, the idiot.
Decides how long they're going to talk about each topic, which would totally explain why they always talk about Tom Brady, the Cowboys, and LeBron James. Now, Shannon wanted to have some creative control, and guess who won't allow that?
Skip Bayless, the idiot.
So why would Shannon Sharpe stay when his co-host doesn't respect him and he's forced to talk about the same tired old topics over and over and over again. Like he could either have the MJ versus LeBron debate with a clown for the bajillionth time, or he can go and do his own thing. After the NBA finals are over, he will be leaving Undisputed, and I think it's the best thing for him. Good riddance to Skip. I think this has been in the works for weeks because they needed to figure out a buyout clause. Like when you have a high profile job like that, you have buyout clauses and stuff like that. If Shannon would have just walked out and never came back, he would have left a lot of money on the table. He would have lost his podcast, Club Shay Shay, and his buyout will include his podcast, and Shannon Sharpe should be just fine. I think Fox Sports is really going to miss him, and I can't imagine many people watch Undisputed for Skip Bayless. So I'll be interested to see what happens with Undisputed. It's a great opportunity for any sports talking head, but you have to deal with Skip Bayless and his nonsense. You just got to know that Skip Bayless will take a shot at you.
Way better than you were.
Skip Bayless will say some things that a lot of people are going to raise an eyebrow at, and you got to be prepared for those things. So it'll be interesting to see who they pick. But yeah, that's going to be all for this one, guys. I'll see you on the next one.
Can't wait.
Love you guys. Peace.
Dark side, light this bitch up.